What's going on? What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S, part of Den Media Group, presented by the MFTtK Foundation. MFTtkFoundation.com. Go to that website to see all things MFTK related, updates and all of these different things, and just what we got going on. One of just picking up new jobs. They want me to teach the Churins. They want me to teach the Churins my brand of journalism. We may have the MFTK School of Journalism. That's a part of our STEAM thing. Dead serious. Like somebody said, would you be willing to do a journalism or branding class? And I said, the bread is right. But so we got that potentially going on. Welcome back to Twitter, Big Game James. Had to get paid to pay the $8. This, I was getting a little tough. Oh shoot. There we go. Shout out to my ginger. We got a good show lined up, I think, pretty sure. Don't really know what all we got going, but I do know this. This is what we will do. We will start our show because the world needs prayer. And we need to start our show off the same way we start each and every show, with a word of prayer.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
What are we talking about, Jaden?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another morning edition of Big Games BS here on Wednesday, April 1st. This is your first time at the show. Welcome. And if you're wondering why it's called Big Games BS, it's because we bring the good, the bad, and the BS of the sports world, especially football, to your screens, eyes, and ears. We have our MFTK segment to kick off the show. Going to touch up on some continuation topics. Before we get into some NCAA talk, I have a little bit of news about college football with some viral videos spearheading this conversation. And also, we're going to move into our NFL section after our college football talk. Going to touch up on some new NFL updates with the recent annual head coaching meeting. There are some rules and updates that were passed that we wanted to update you guys on as well. And then we're going to finish off our show with the Big Games BS section, where we have a little bit of fun on the show. We have our food review segment, BS or Bussin', and we usually have an OG Wyland segment to close out the show, but we have a good job OG segment today.
We got one thing that we didn't put in there. Gotta put. Have you see this Jordan Ivy guy?
Jaden Ivey.
I didn't want to affiliate you, Jaden. I didn't want to sell you. I'm just joking, but like we gotta talk about that. Gotta talk about that. That's probably between Jaden Ivey and the 7-on-7 shit. That's enough for a whole damn show. But we do gotta try to fit that in there somewhere if we have time. World gone mad, in general. Let's but go ahead. What you said, we got the MFTK segment. We got the foursomes left, a whole bunch of other different things left. Got to get more golfers signed up. I got to get the energy to be able to promote that. This 7-on-7 shit is whipping my ass. But it's fun though. But we want to have a fun golf tournament. Get everybody there. Should be be some celebrities there. Dub says he's coming, so I got to make sure I remind Dub once a week that he has an event that he has to go to. Outside of that, ain't much brain into that. Ain't much more to talk to you about that. Now, this, for the record, I don't make the edits. I did not make this flyer, but my baby looks like he's the one on the left. Looks like he's there now. D7 should not make the flyer because he's going to Rains High School. But that kid to the right is going to be a really good running back. Then everybody knows the kid in the middle, right? Wouldn't be an MFTK flyer if we didn't have Mr. MFTK himself and Bryson, right? That was why we started the show late today. Talking to colleges, we're going to set up 4 college tours, max, but at least 1 or 2 college tours while we go on to this trip. Either we're going to stop, like if Tallahassee decides to help with the trip, we'll go to Tallahassee, then we'll go to Auburn on our way up to Tennessee, and we'll go to Vanderbilt and Tennessee State. Or we'll go up 75 and we will go to Chattanooga, Middle Tennessee State, and then Vanderbilt and Tennessee State, more than likely. So those are the schools that we will go by. We hopefully won't just be stopping by. We will be like actually getting a chance for them to interact and engage with folks. And you know, I love it. And this is what it's about. A lot of people want to try to buy their way into these things. We earn our way into these things. We're really good. We can't put it all together to win that championship. We got a great collection of talent because at the end of the day, and we'll talk more about 7-on-7 here later on in the show. But this is, again, you can actively see where your finances and where your resources go. You deal with MFTK Foundation.
Speaking of 7-on-7, there's been a viral picture that has been breaking the internet about 7-on-7. Even though I haven't seen a video drop for it yet, you do see a referee dropped on the ground, knocked out, I assume from the dude in the hoodie. But it just brought up a conversation I wanted to ask James so he can explain to y'all or reveal to y'all. So Coach West put 7-on-7 keeps getting further and further away from football, less development, more stupidity, more theatrics, more people embarrassing the game. Fighting a ref at a 7-on-7 is insane work. The whole thing is getting out of hand. This is doing the exact opposite of what 7-on-7 was intended to do. It isn't just about the kids anymore. Shaking my head. What are your thoughts about the 7-on-7 landscape and how things have took a turn for the better or have taken a turn for the worse or have done both at the same time?
This is a case of multiple things can be true at the same time. I don't think this is a case of 7-on-7 being a problem as much as an overall indictment of our culture in relation as it comes to youth sports and athletics. And I think 7-on-7 and AAU basketball are easy targets. There are, so the tournament we went to this past weekend was Shock Doctor National. We have 40 teams in our 12U bracket, 50 teams in our 14U bracket. The 18U team, I'm gonna put it like this: there were 240 teams last year in the tournament. There's probably easily 300 teams at 20 people apiece. 20 players minimum. You know, you have a roster where you can have up to 30, but probably on average 20. So that's 600 guys. Add minimum three coaches. There are probably 5 to 10,000 people who descend upon that park over that weekend. And 90% of the events have absolutely nothing going on as far as violence, as far as shenanigans. It's just good, healthy competition on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. But when you add bravado, when you add testosterone, when you add competition, when you add calls and no oversight, things like this tend to happen. Crash outs, I got news for you. A crash out going to crash out because they crash out. Now, this is dumb behavior and needs to be corrected. And that guy is going to get corrected. This man right here probably drove out of town and had to stay a very expensive night in a hotel that has meager accommodations. Probably ate some bologna sandwiches. Probably has a lawsuit on top of some jail time in his future. Probably going to become a semi-permanent member of a community that he had no intentions of, instead of going home to his family and living to be able to do another day. That is dumb. But to sit here and act like this is only in 7-on-7 is not right. People argue with refs in fucking football games. We actually have seen locally in Jacksonville area a kid get hit in the head with a helmet at an 11-man football game. What we're like right at any given moment, let me flip up my X. Not flip off my Twitter. Right now, at any given moment, we can see a president say we can see our president say a whole bunch of dumb shit. Like, not dumb shit. Let me rephrase. Let me back up. A bunch of things and verbiage that can incite an emotion that wants you to get physical or hate group. Yesterday, apparently it was one of them the letter gang days that I didn't know. We can see a tweet. We can see something that incites things. People do things with their thumbs to make people angry. People talk about standing on business. They talk about all of these different things, and now the kids see that, and now you're in areas. We've seen it got intense. It got intense. One of my coaches was, going in on one of the kids, and one of the parents wanted to defend his son and said, "Why aren't you talking to everybody like that?" We want to try to act like it's just in these situations and scenarios where it's only 7-on-7, that it doesn't happen in basketball with refs. It doesn't happen. The refs, sometimes the refs get out of pocket. Now, nothing that man said probably deserved him to be slumped like this. But I say this, when you fix your lips to talk to somebody like you ready to fight, you don't know what that person's going through. No clue at all. Clearly, this man ain't right in the head, right? But now your willingness to have to be correct got you into that situation. I always joke with refs all the time. I give them, I talk, you got to work the refs. My bad, I ain't see it, coach. There is no argument when a referee says that. I'll do better next time. All I should say is, man, you know what? Thank you for not making me feel like I was crazy. I appreciate that. I can respect that. But the diatribes that have been going on about 7-on-7 are so false and so, again, out of pocket. Like, I do want to know the best. So I was reading something about Trey, but
I mean, the refs have to be protected, if nothing else, for the protection.
I want to do some of these games are tight, and it's a lot of stuff. But I'm going to read some of the different things that people I had to make a post about it. People are saying that it's not. I ask people sometimes if they write shit down and read it out loud. Football is not real football. It's not tackle football. It isn't. I agree with that. No shit. Astute observation. That is not 11-man tackle football in 7-on-7. You're not getting better. Like, you need to do track. People will say you need to do track over 7-on-7 to get better in football. I want people to read out loud what they just said. Like, listen, like, don't just talk. Like, read it out loud. You think playing football doesn't make you better in football, but not playing football will make you better in football. Track is not playing football. That is running in an oval. You believe running in an oval will make you better at football than not playing football. That doesn't make any sense. A post route is still a post route regardless of how you run the post route. A jerk route is still a jerk route. An in is an in, an out is an out, a hitch is a hitch, a 9 is a 9. If you can't complete a pass in 4 seconds, you're not going to be able to complete a pass in 2.5 seconds. If you can cover somebody for 4 seconds, you'll more than likely be able to cover somebody for 2.5 seconds. Those are the average 2.5 seconds, the average time per pass play that you get if you're really, really doing it. People are saying that you shouldn't go out. You think it's better to sit on, like, no college coaches are there. Anybody who tells you that, they're not at every 7-on-7 tournament. They are at the big ones. That's why I always tell people there's 7-on-7, and then there's what we do with MFTK. We only play big tournaments. There are college coaches watching you. You know how I know? I have college coaches' kids on my damn team. Right now, we're setting up 4 visits. Maybe your son's 7-on-7 team can't do that, and that might be because your son's, it's okay. It might not be good enough for that. You can't tell me there's a world where Bryson Wright is going. There's not a track meet in the world that Bryson Wright would have got better than when he went up, than the 20 minutes that he spent competing against Amir Sears, A1, the number 1 cornerback in the nation in 2028, going up against one of the top wide receivers in the nation. There's not a world where, somebody can tell me, educate me. Where is there, like, how is track better for Bryson or A1 than that scenario? That's competing against the best. Those are the facts. Now, you should do you should do some stuff. Like, and the crazy part is most of these people think it's a cash grab. It's a cash grab for the tournaments. It damn sure ain't a cash grab for us. Most of the football people can't pay. They can't afford to pay. It's way better. And I think people just try to find things. Like right now, I'm going to read this guy, Keith Miller put. Unpopular opinion. Playing on these super teams where you can hide and mask your deficiencies will not help you in college. It's actually a hindrance. But then I asked him, well, so does going to Ohio State make you a better football player for the NFL? Like, you use logic that you can't even apply to anything else. The best newsflash: elite attracts elite. Good players want to be around other good players. Seven-on-7 is only beneficial when you are practicing scheme and chemistry with your high school team / program. Anything else, some tells you it does. Anything else, probably what someone tells you it does is cope. Like that logic, right? You know what you do when you go to these college football camps? You do 7-on-7. You do 1-on-1s. They run that. So when you go to college camps and you don't develop the chemistry with your teammates, is that not getting you better? The logic doesn't change anything. And all these people who are coming up here on these soapboxes talking about all this stuff, let me see you get off your ass on a Saturday and go help. It ain't going nowhere. It's not going. That's why I got involved. Get involved and be the change that you want to see. So many that again, sports is a microcosm of society. I'm calling my guy Gingerverse out here for a second. I love you to death, though. This is not personal. But he brought up a good point. He had to take a break from social media because the society is getting so negative. You know why I don't take breaks from social media? Because my social media isn't negative. Social media is indicative and a reflection of an algorithm that shows you what it believes you like by what you put out. I do book bag drives. I coach football, and I say MFTK. Do you know what my fucking algorithm is indicative of? Oh, and I like midgets. That's my algorithm. My algorithm isn't negative because my life ain't negative. There are negative things that happen. There are things that I call out that's stupid. But the thing is what I want to do, there cannot be, especially you Christians. One of the biggest things in Christianity that they talk about is light and darkness. Light and dark. Darkness, like right now, the lights are fucking on and the darkness flees into corners to corners that we can't see. But what I see is a lot of people who ain't the fucking light that they think they are or are cowards. It's self-serving. And the craziest part is it reminds me of when I was in the sport. When I came into this game, I came into the game as a sports performance trainer. I trained athletes. High school coaches hated us 10 to 15 years ago. Now, most of us are on high school rosters and coaching kids, and now their strength and conditioning programs are relative of a sports performance training company. What I used to have to tell coaches is, how can you get mad at a guy who has been to the levels that you want every one of your kids to be at and is showing him principles and tools to do that? And yes, I got paid, but I'm getting paid to specifically train that one kid because generally it's impossible for 4 guys to coach 100 kids and every kid get better. You need sometimes, just as much as you need the general, you need to step outside and get the specifics. You need to be seen. It is a parent's job to put their kids in the best position to be seen. You can't tell me that the tournament, right now we're going to Battle Nationals where there are 12 of the best 18U fucking teams, 12U, 14U, 15U, 10U teams in the nation. That's going to be streamed. That's going to be on a fucking college campus. You can't get better than that. I'm sorry if Live Oak Swanee, no offense to my guy Kyler Hall, you can't get college coaches to want to go there all the time. This is the best thing for them to do at times. But as a coach, if you really hate it and you see it's trending in that way, come be the change that you want to see. It's just like these senior skip days that people talk. Oh, these kids, what is it? The teen takeovers.
Senior skip, they've been around.
I don't like the teen takeovers. I went to senior skip day 4 years in a row. It's been around.
You guys did worse.
That's the craziest part. Is we sit on these fucking platforms and act like we was fucking saints. Maybe y'all were. Maybe I was outside. Maybe the reason why my life is so cool now is I've been outside since I was 10.
Yeah, they don't go outside.
Probably before that. Can't talk too loud because my mama here. I don't want to get in trouble for some of the shit that I got away with. But my point is this. You talk about, all these kids are so bad, but you're not around them. We talk about NIL is ruining the student athlete, but we don't get around the student athlete to show them how to be a pro. Because the reality is most of y'all don't know how to be what it is. You can only impart what you are. I say that if you pussy, you're going to impart another pussy. If you're a man, you're going to impart a man. And none of these kids, like Jamie French, I can pick up the phone, call Jamie French right now. Jamie French make way more money than I make. He not an asshole to me because I'm real. I saw somebody talk about my dog Bryson. Hurt my heart. I said, you ain't around that kid. You don't know that. You don't deserve that. That kid's a hell of a competitor. He don't do that around me because I'm real. Real recognizes real, whether it's a billionaire or whether it's not. You don't know what you're talking about. Nas had a cold ass, but this is back when I blame rap music. When rappers were rapping about stuff, we actually had good things. Nas had a bar, and you can hate me now. People fear what they don't understand and hate what they can't conquer. And instead of trying to get into it, and you know what? I always tell them, coming from a guy who did not like 7-on-7 3 years ago, I did not like the way that our kids came back, and we had to correct them, and we had to do stuff. But then I asked them, why are you doing this? What is the reason? Like, why do you go somewhere every weekend, coach? I ain't never been to Miami before. Never been this. They do this. They pay for this. They do this. They do this. They do that. And so what I said was, you know what? I asked the questions. How much does it cost to run this program? You know, one team is about $30,000 to $45,000. I said, it's a lot. Spent less. I can front this. I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. Let's go. All right, well, cool. How about, here's a novel fucking idea. How about you influence your kids? And then the reason why we got into the game last year is I looked at how many kids we had at Mandarin. I was like, okay. 6 kids at Mandarin. Okay. It's not enough to have a national team, but that's enough to do a lot. Okay. Bowles has 4 kids. Now, right now, we're at 10. This guy has this many kids. Okay. Now we're at about 13. Now we can go to Tallahassee. We can go here. We can go there. We can go there. And I can get kids around that we can properly influence. But damn, there's still some kids at Mandarin that I think are really, really good. So what if we had another team where it was just Mandarin or local kids, and we just kind of like help develop them? They go to the same places, but they're not like the same caliber of kid, but they go see the talent so that they can know what they're like. See, the crazy part is a lot of y'all really fear being elite. You're so afraid that if you go and that somebody's going to find out that you're not good. As a coach, you're afraid to go coach against the top guys because you're afraid that you'll be exposed. Some of y'all don't really believe in your children the way you say you believe in your children, because if you did, they would be on the top damn teams. And if you was really going out here and really seeing the world for what the world really is, you would have a completely different perspective. It's why I won't argue with a dude from Nebraska about what it's like in inner city life as a black person. You don't fucking know. I won't argue with a person about how much better it is to be in America than it is to be in Africa when you ain't got no goddamn passport. And I won't argue with a coach who only sees the sensationalized part of 7-on-7 and can't adequately or articulate what it is that they actually saw. I told Toby Bullock next year, you have got to come to Battle Miami with me so that you can actually see your guys in action. You can see how people follow Bryson Wright. You can see how these things are going, and it would change your perspective because it's marketing. You'll see the positivity you'll see the humility of the kid, because the kids because kids that are only 2 years younger than him are following him like he's a rock star, and he's signing every autograph. He's smiling and taking pictures. For a kid that I know has social anxiety. So, but coaches are coming out here and they're making such strong statements about something that they don't know anything about. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little disappointed. I'm a lot disappointed. I think I don't want my children around you. I almost feel very pedophilish the way that you do some of this, the way that you talk about some of this stuff. Like, to me, you're just as bad as that. That might not be. Like the Christians hate the gays. I hate weak-minded men. I don't want you around my children if you don't want to see the best. Like, I don't want to see like, where's the guy? This guy put on here, and I had to get on him. Oh, he changed. He deleted this post. He deleted it because I'm not the guy. I'm not the person. He had pro camps. He had the nerve to say 7-on-7 is a joke, but he works pro camps. Camps that charge kids $250 to go to a fucking pro players camp. One day and just taking pictures and signing autographs, but have the nerve and the gall to talk about 7-on-7, but would charge kids, charging the kids that you know, like if you, I hate to say this, more than likely, if you can afford $250 for one Saturday, your kid's not the kid he is nothing like the person who was running that camp. I do free shit all the time. And the only thing I charge, $250 is what we charge for 7-on-7. And then hell, half the kids ain't pay that shit. It really costs $1,000 per kid to do it the right way. To not have to pay anything. The tournament fees are anywhere between $600 and $1,000 a pop. You got 7 teams. That's $7K a tournament. Unless they give you a discount. Not all of them give you discounts, and I'm not mad. The officials that get their ass, like that official got knocked out but got paid. That official probably made $1,000 that weekend. I'm on my soapbox because at the end of the day, the performance trainer, the 7-on-7 coach, and the high school coach all have, for the most part, and there are bad apples. They're bad apples in all of it. They're bad apples in high school coaches that ain't shit. But most of us do not get paid enough to be able to go through the things that we go through with your children, as well as being an amateur fucking psychologist. The only thing that makes me a good coach is my minor in psychology from college. Again, I had a kid this past weekend who lost his grandmother, and his uncle had two heart attacks damn near back-to-back days. I got kids who've seen people get shot, seen people get murdered. But this game is a distraction for them. So, like, God forbid a kid wants to, or some of them have really shitty home lives. And if I could take a kid for 3 days, and they can go be physically active and away from their circumstances, and it may work into their favor. God forbid that happen. Because at the same time, Monday through Thursday, that's what we're doing when we're doing this training. And people act like you can't do both things. Bryson is at workouts at Mandarin High School Monday through Thursday, and then he's gone Friday through Sunday. Yes, it's training. It's like, if you, again, a lot of y'all don't, that the numbers don't make sense, because I tell parents this all the time. You're only guaranteed 4 20-minute games. So that's 80 minutes. Orlando is the closest that we go. So, like, you're driving 2.5 hours to only be guaranteed. Excuse me. You're driving 5 hours to get guaranteed 80 minutes. But that 20 minutes, because again, this is something that some of you will never know about, because it is good on good 90% of the time. Even if that kid isn't as good as your kid, it's good on good. You don't know when you have to push yourself to a high level every time. It works your muscles in a manner in which you can't fathom if you've never done it before. My first workout, I worked out all the time. My first practice at Florida State, my whole body cramped. I had never been in a situation where I had to literally, my muscles fired in the manner in which they fired. Now, you want to know from a science perspective what this means? In that 20 minutes, you probably got more than you would have gotten at your high school. And I'm not neglecting the high school workout. I'm just telling you, when you train to 95% of your max, especially in sprints, whatever the maximal muscles, the performance part of it. Yeah, my bad. If I'm nerding out with y'all let me know. But this is what I used to do. I'm still passionate about it. The only way to get faster is to train faster. The only way to get more explosive is to train more explosive. The only way to get more elite is to search out elite.
Same as progressive overload.
It's exactly progressive overload. Now, there's a flip side to it. You can only do that so much before you get hurt. But the beautiful thing about young athletes is they're young.
Right.
You recover faster. So there are things that you can't, the stress, the pressure, you cannot emulate that. I can't emulate that at Mandarin High School because they know each other.
Right.
But when you don't know the person you're going up against, you know it's win or go home. Sunday is not. So actually, in some of these tournaments, if you don't perform well enough on Saturday, there's a gold bracket, a silver bracket, and a bronze bracket. The championship only goes to the gold bracket. So if you don't perform well enough, you gotta win these 3 games. And then on Sunday, either regardless, on Sunday, it's win or go home. So every mistake is magnified. So it's making your brain is having to process at a different ability. But if you're not in it, you don't know. It is easy to say that. But with the people who say that, I like to look at their program. I like to look at the winning, and I like to look at how many guys come and beat down their door. There's a reason why 247 is at Mandarin and Rivals is at Mandarin, and why colleges go to Mandarin, and why that we look for competition. We seek it. It's a reason why I'm doing a high. You say all that you want. I'm doing 7v7 versus I want the top 8 schools, and it scared me a little bit. I told Toby what happened with games with Creekside High School. Creekside High School out of Georgia beat DeSoto, put 70 points on DeSoto, which is one of the best schools in Texas. When that coach said, "Oh yeah, we're in," he said it way too fast. You ever seen somebody that it's like I want to fight. Yes, I want to fight too. Like it's like, oh shit, hold up, man. Let's talk. Let's talk about this real quick. I said, I'm gonna make Reigns play them. the way he said that, we're not putting Mandarin against that. Hell no. I don't want no smoke. He said it way too fast. He's like, I said, sir, we're looking for some schools in Georgia. We're gonna have some of the top schools in Mandarin. I mean, in Florida. So we're gonna have Mandarin. Yes, we're in. I'm like, whoa! It's like the dude. Okay, so I finished Invincible, right? Well, I guess Invincible's still dropping episodes for season. I'm caught up until this season is over, and then I'll finish watching the rest of them. Some of these shows that y'all have recommended are just okay shows. They're nowhere near as good as what you said they are. They're not elite. Invincible, though, is something that I would rewatch again. But they have the guy, the wolf person that was, or him, the wolf, and then what was the guy's name? Not Chaos. The main Viltrumite. Like Creekside's coach is like the wolf person that's looking for. He's like, I'm looking for a worthy fight. But if not, if I die, it would be glorious. It's like the way you said who? No, that's one, but I'm talking about the guy. His name is like he's the main, the one who came down there and was like licking the blood and beating up on everybody. And Conquest. He's like Conquest or Lord. Like this man is just like, yes. Good. That was Battle Beast, my bad. It was Battle.
Oh, Battle Beast. Yeah. He's a monster.
He's like, yes, that was good. Try again. I know, like that's what the Creekside, Georgia coach was like on the phone.
Battle Beast is a monster.
like we throw a ball deep. Bryson goes up there, and the guy break. Yes, good try. Do it again. Do it. Now it's my hit me as hard as or how the fighter used to be the guy who died. Oh man, I remember being in the barbershop when I saw his fight. Hit me. Nah, hit me. Hit me harder. If that's all you got, it's over. If somebody said that to me, I'm hugging them. No other way to do this. I'm not fighting you anymore. So I hit you with everything I had. And it didn't do anything. But anyways, again, I don't want people around. If you're not competing, I don't want you around me, man. Go be with. I don't know what to tell you, man. Go be with. Man.
It reminds me of there's not enough good black fathers.
And there's tons of them.
Yeah, it's like you're just not around. And you as another black person, you're being a real right now because of all the good, from the ref to the coaches to the parents, everybody is sacrificing so much to get these kids in.
they'll say there's no good black fathers. Meanwhile, their kid is on a team full of black fathers.
Right. And they'll take this one picture, this one image is going to live in infamy besides all the times of, freaking coaches coming out their pockets, parents doing things to get more money, the bake sales, all the bullshit that goes in between to make this stuff happen. There's no pictures of that.
When I had to realize my father wasn't shit. That doesn't mean all black fathers ain't shit. It just means my father wasn't shit. And that's okay. That happens. And it doesn't make it okay. I ain't shit I can do about that, right? Not now. But then I think about like Herb Bailey, my godfather. I think about Tony Lightbourne. I think about Coach Nixon, who saved my life through football. I think about Jesse Solomon. I think about, I'll even like this. I think about guys like Billy Sexton. Billy Sexton was a better father. My position coach in college was a better father to me than he was to his own son. It was impossible for him to be the father that he was to me because I was around him more than he was around his own son. Right. He was my position coach. He earned a living. And I think people don't, again, it's a thing where we'll sit back and we'll critique it, but then we'll want the very product that comes out of it.
100.
We would say 7-on-7 is worthless, but then we will go and want but we will want a quarterback based off of what we've seen on 7-on-7. You gotta, my bad. I'm sorry. That shit really bothered me. It not bothered me because a hit dog a holler. It just bothered me because there's a bunch of people having strong opinions about something that they'll never know about. And I'm like, why don't you get in the game, coach? Let's change it.
Right. Let's
make it better. Let's do good on good. And I'm just talking about us. Can I give some shout outs? Apex Elite, St. John's Cobras. In this area. My guys Aaron and them with Team Takeoff in Tallahassee, or Tallahassee Takeoff. I'll even go into the 850 Kings. They're not as good as other people, but those are some men that are really taking their time and their energy and dedicating their lives and putting kids and letting kids see experience. Like if you, again, going back to even what we did, Battle Mind, some of these kids ain't never been in a fucking hotel.
Yeah. Never left the city.
Like,
imagine college being the first time you left your city.
And that's so many stories like that. Like I was lucky, right? Because my family was in New Jersey. So I've been on a plane. I've heard Jay-Z talk about how when he took a bus, that like when he was in elementary school, that was his first time coming out of Bedford-Stuyvesant and being able to see, coming out of Marcy and being able to see a world that he had never seen. Like, it's so many other things that are intangibly great about this product that we're going to let the few, when it beats the alternative. Because there is one thing I'll say about right now is there's absolutely nothing for these kids to do. We had teen summits. We got in trouble, but our thing was we had crack. They have fentanyl and perk, but it's not as nowhere near as prevalent as crack and all the other different. There's nothing like just from a perspective like this, their malls were big. I would hop the 20. I'd take my 50 cent, right? And I hopped the 22 that came in Rockbrook. The 22 turned to 21. But if it didn't, I could go get a transfer to go somewhere else. But 50 cent, all I needed was 50 cent and I can explore the entire city. But we go to the mall. In the mall, you had the Chinese people that gave you the samples. There was a movie theater in Tallahassee Mall, AMC, when they had first opened. They used to have like an arcade that you could go just hang out at the arcade. There was Chuck E. Cheese across the parking lot, but we wasn't really doing that. There was what's the thing? It's some arcade that's like a bigger Chuck E. Cheese. Like we could go to the mall and literally hang out all day, right? Have you been to a mall lately?
Yeah,
there's nothing in a fucking mall. We had block parties. We had Delta team parties. We had, there was a lot of creative things that the city used to, the dollar movies. There's a lot of things that people used to do creatively to be able to keep kids out of trouble. Matter of fact, the library was lit. The library had like a leadership thing. We even had like teen court. They don't have that anymore. They've cut programs.
I mean, structure is hard for.
There's no like we keep taking money away from kids and for their development, and then we get mad when for people taking kids away. We talk about how bad they are, but then we take away the opportunities to not be bad anymore. Like that's why I would say, like, do you listen? Are you listening to yourself? Do you hear yourself speak? There will never be a situation where a kid working out and staying out of trouble is bad for me. Apologize for the rant. Let's go to the next. Now I'm probably going to rant about this.
So, according to Pete Nakos, sources have told On3 that after the first Florida State scrimmage, it's a clear two-way QB competition between Ashton Daniels and Kevin Sperry. So, James, and for all my FSU fans out there, it looks like we have a clear competition between QB1 and QB2, Daniels and Sperry. But if I had to guess, it looks like Daniels will get that nod. But James, do you have any insight on the QB battles in Tallahassee?
I like Sperry. I like whoever can hit who can attack the middle of the field. Throw the ball to the 6'1" kid and my teammate Dominic Robinson's son and hit box consistently. But I don't know. I'm going to try to get over to a practice. I am going to try to get over to one of these practices. If we start a quarterback we recruited and he has success, I do believe it would change the trajectory of recruiting. It would turn it around. You can no longer use the Mike hasn't developed the quarterback thing anymore. But whatever, but bigger than that, Mike has to get to 8 to 9 wins. There has to be a time when people are talking about Florida State as a wild card team for the college football playoff, or it's just going to be purgatory. Is there a path on that? Yeah, because I think that Alabama shit's sweet. I personally think Miami's good, but nowhere near as good as the Mystique. You just gotta go out there. They gotta believe in themselves.
Wish we had this a couple of years ago, back when FSU was struggling and struggled to make the college football playoff. But looks like Gus Malzahn, former FSU offensive coordinator, has been appointed as a new member of the college football playoff selection committee. He spent 1 year with the Seminoles last season as the offensive coordinator. him and company only got 4 wins on the season, and it looks like Malzahn is shifting his focus from coordinator to committee member. So shout out to Gus Malzahn.
This is like having like your OG be in a position like to hook you up, but you're not but you're not there. Like, but you know, I like it. I personally don't think Gus is as bad of a coach as like, but I don't like if he wants to really help me, block Miami. Like, don't let Miami get in like when this go around. But this is just one of those things where old heads. I think it's like me. Like, Herb brought up a good point. I'm not Herb. My bad. Toby Bullock and Manor brought up a good point. I told him I'm retiring when Trey gets to high school, and he said you're not. I will probably always be around the game. By the time, hopefully, I've set it up to where my sons can. Well, I started early too. My sons can start a family early, not just have kids early, but start a family early. And so by the time Killer graduates, Trey would be like 5 or 6 years removed from high school. So he could have a little one. And hopefully I'll be coaching my little ones. Or maybe helping coach my fat ass nephew. But you just don't, like, when the game is in you, it just don't go away. You got to find some way to be around it. Kudos to Gus. I'd rather him than Condoleezza Rice.
Southeast Missouri State. If you did know, this is what SEMO stands for. And Southeast Missouri State University has been going viral for a drill they have been doing. And we got the video right here for you guys of the viral drill that many say is dangerous, is wrong, and is just so bad for the overall health of their players. And after this video right here, we got a video of the coach explaining his practice decisions. But here is the video of a drill that SEMO participates in. I'm going to play it for you guys right here. You can see the 4-player collision right there. And here is the coach explaining himself and the drills. His name is Tom Matukowicz. Matukowicz. I hope I'm not butchering that. And he is the head coach of SEMO football. And this is what he had to say.
Today is what I call an identity scrimmage. We have 50 new players. We got 5 new coaches. Like, they just got here, and we need to make sure we understand who we are as a program. All right. When you wear our jersey, you put on our helmet, there's a standard and about what that standard looks like. Today is what I call.
And they are an FCS team, and they went 4-8 last season, but in 2024 they were 9-4.
No, they went backwards. They were 9-4 in 2024. Last year they were 4-8. I like violence. I'm a violence guy, right? Enjoy it. I was a collision expert. I see my son go to this school and this is what we doing. Like, I'm good. I'm straight. Like, we don't need this shit. I saw Coach JP say like, applaud this, and I'm like, that's why your punk ass ain't coaching nowhere no more. Like, he's probably to become a head coach. That means you've been around a lot of football. There are people. The one thing that every coach that comes in and takes over always says, we got soft players. They're weak. This is the weakest team. This is this. It's like a playbook. Got to go in. Got to change things. This isn't the way to. Now, if you want to tell me you want to do old school Oklahomas, you want to do hamburger drill, like some of the things like that, but essentially, the only way I can equate this again is to like the superhero movies, like X-Men and all. Like when they're doing their battle training, they like have these sequences where all of everybody kind of tries to jump the person and they got to fight. That only works in the movies. Like what happens when you get your best player hurt? I think one of the drills, the guy went straight for the person's leg. You have 4 guys go for your knee. Like, I'm sorry. Like there's nothing about this that produces toughness. Like I hate like I don't like people. Fear is like softness is fear, and you can recruit out fear. Like you can look at film and tell about the you can tell he got a crash out. But like this isn't like gonna make somebody tougher. Like I'm afraid to do this shit. I don't want to do this. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm a guy that finds rationale in a lot of stuff. I just don't find rationale.
Let's look at who's the biggest spenders on private jet travel in college football. And this is for the 2025 season, aka last season. So we have a post courtesy of Front Office Sports with the graphic for the largest private jet travel expense. And I'm going to share this with you guys. And we're going to take a look at the teams in the highest of the highest spots. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and then we're going to get this thing rolling. Huge shout out to Front Office Sports for this great graphic, because I had no idea some of these teams were the top spenders for the private jet travel. Just waiting on this to load right here. Great. So at the number 1 spot, you have Alabama with $1,235,418. Then you have Nebraska coming in second with 1.1 million. Then Michigan. Then you have Texas A&M, Texas, Illinois, Kentucky, Minnesota. Then you have a big drop off from Minnesota to Iowa, Rutgers, Ole Miss, Michigan State, Arizona State, UCLA, NC State, Kansas State, Bowling Green, Texas Tech, Maryland, Indiana, ECU, Houston, Oregon State, and Wyoming. So these are your teams that have the largest, private jet travel expense in college football. SEC schools at number 1, but you do have Nebraska and Michigan coming in at 2 and 3 Big Ten schools, and you got Texas A&M SEC school in the mix, and another SEC school as well. Texas rounding out that top 5. But James, are you surprised at these numbers for the private jet travel expense? I think you're muted. And then we're going to keep on keeping on. We're going to move on into a picture I thought was hilarious because it explains a video that was circulating the internet. This is our last topic in the college football section, and it is a funny one. So, if you guys are Coach Prime and Colorado fans out there, then you've probably seen that they hosted their pro day, and you may have seen the video of Deion Sanders sitting on a medicine ball with a fishing rod during his pro day. And so Dion took some time to explain why he had the fishing rod during pro day. So he posted this saying, I have a prime fishing rod at pro day today because one of my players who's been with me for 5 years wanted one. But the deal was he had to run a certain time in the 40 and I was going to give it to him on the spot. My kids know I'm an earn it type of guy. Next time, just ask and don't assume, please. Love you regardless because God loves me the same way. Hashtag Coach Prime. And I assume the at Abu Garcia Fishing is a company associated with the pole or a company or brand associated with Prime and his fishing activities. But James, what do you think of Coach Prime coming to the pro day with the fishing rod as a gift for a player that's been with him for 5 years?
I mean, I think that's cool. Like, I mean, if you, that means that shows like I personally, so I have my issues. My issues with Prime have nothing to do with him as a coach, with him as a player, everything to do with him as a man. He had, when he's for you, he's for you. And I think this is one of those genuine moments that like make, if I was like on Prime's like side, like his team, I would be like, this is why I love him. But the problem is that Prime is Prime, and the antics get old, and that's where the real issues come into play. But like, he's not a bad person. I just been on the wrong side of it.
So for all of my Jaguars fans out there, it is officially official. The Jaguars' proposal to play their home games in 2027 in Orlando has been finalized. So this is during the final year of the $1.4 billion renovation of Everbank Stadium. And this was unanimously approved by the NFL's owners at the league's annual meeting. So the Jaguars are playing their home games in 2027 in Orlando at the Camping World Stadium. So this means that over the next 2 seasons, there's a possibility the Jaguars might have 6 home games in Jacksonville in the 2028 season, 6 home games in Orlando, and 5 home games in London. So a lot of fans were speculating that the Jaguars were going to choose Orlando Camping World Stadium. I think the other front runner for this was the Florida Gators Stadium, if I'm not mistaken, and it made sense. The Jaguars went with the Camping World Stadium. The Jaguars are going to practice in Jacksonville and travel to Orlando for those game days, around 2 hours in time and distance between the two cities. So, James, it's officially official. Gonna go down to Orlando to Camping World to catch some games next.
And not wait. I hate Orlando, but I love it. There's a Marriott right around the corner from Camping World. Amazing. They have an M Club, and like, basically, when I stay there, I don't have to pay for meals. They have breakfast. I know that I'm going to have lunch, at at the stadium. Hopefully Camping World's food is it's okay. It's not the best, but it's free. Free is free. And then like they have like hors d'oeuvres, 5 to 7. They have that and drinks and all kinds of different things. So I'm going to be booking my stay there. If Florida State is good, then I will be. And it's a major airport, so like I can fly. I can fly into Orlando after any Florida State away game that I go to, and it's 2.5. It's 2.5 hours. So like I love it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right, sorry about that. My computer was lagging, but let's get into the new rules the NFL owners have approved. So we're going to make this bigger for you guys so we can look at these rules right here that have been approved. So by the competition committee to permit the kicking team to declare an onside kick at any time during the game. And you also have to eliminate the kicking team's incentive to intentionally kick the ball out of bounds when kicking off from the 50-yard line, to modify the kickoff alignment requirements for the receiving team players in the setup zone. And this is a big one, for 1 year only, to allow the NFL officiating department to correct clear and obvious misses made by on-field officials that impact the game. In the event that there is a work stoppage involving the game's officials, represented by the NFL Referees Association. So, what does this mean? This means that for all of my Fail Mary spectators from back in the day, that if the Fail Mary were to happen again with replacement refs, they'd be able to correct the call. So this is just a quick update for you guys on some of the rule changes that have been approved in the NFL. And we got some more updates for you guys as well in the NFL. I know me personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of the doubleheader Monday night football games, and it looks like the league has listened to people with my same sentiments, because according to Ari Meirov, the NFL will no longer have multiple Monday night football games at the same time after experimenting with that in recent years, per NFL exec Hans Schroeder. Those extra games will be placed elsewhere on the schedule, including potential Thanksgiving Eve games. So the schedules have not been made for next season as of yet, but we will update you guys when that happens. So we got some more news from Ari Meirov as well. So now the NFL owners have approved a change to the scheduling policy, clarifying that Friday games are no longer considered, quote, short weeks. Previously, teams that were limited to 2 short week games per season, typically Thursday games with less rest, that rule still applies. But now Friday games like Black Friday or Christmas don't count toward that limit. So a team can play 2 Thursday short week games and still be scheduled for a standalone Friday game. Giving TV partners like Amazon more flexibility should not be any surprise. So Christmas falls on a Friday this year, so the NFL will play multiple games that day in addition to its Black Friday game. By passing this proposal, an NFL team is now allowed to play 2 Thursday games, which are considered short weeks, and a Friday game as well. And that's now no longer considered a short week. A little redundant there, but you get the message of this. And ultimately, the big business always wins. Amazon is going to get that money regardless for those Friday games and for those Thursday night games as well. So just wanted to give you guys updates on the rule changes and some more updates revolving the NFL. But the biggest update and rule change of them all is the officiating rule update, with the owners now approving that if replacement refs, are used this season, they would allow the officiating department to correct clear and obvious misses that impact the game. James, I know they're doing this for 1 year only. They plan on doing this for next year only. But if you had to guess how this will go for next season, do you think the allowing the officiating department in New York to correct clear and obvious misses will positively or negatively impact the game?
I think it'll positively impact the game, but it will slow it down. Because if we always got to go to New York, which is, I'm sure they'll call it something, but New York is like what they always say, like go to New York to see what the rule change. They do it on TV. Like, so like they'll, like when they're trying to do the review and like what they think, but like I like some of the human, again, maybe it'll save referees from getting knocked out in 7-on-7 games, like what we talked about earlier. But I like the human element of I do like that for the human element.
Need it. Stop trying to turn it into robots. Don't AI.
Right.
So Adam Schefter gave an update saying the NFL announced a partnership with TMRW. Looks like Tomorrow Sports, the company behind golf's TGL, a popular league, and TGL stands for the Golf League, if I'm not mistaken, to develop a professional flag football league for men and women that will be backed by all 32 teams. So it looks like the NFL is branching out and diversifying its football product to encompass more of the flag area. You see the NFL had their flag championship series this past season. Bryson Wright was the NFL flag player of the year. So it looks like the NFL is continuing strong with the flag game, especially with it being in the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. So, James, is this surprising to you? The NFL is going to keep on looking and developing products around that flag football area.
It doesn't. It just, it just shows, again, I'm just like, like it's the natural progression. The NFL is going to go into this area, and they have the market research, right? They have the vehicles, and once you look at everything in life as marketing, it'll change your perspective on everything. They need content. So imagine a league, like right now, so imagine I can have 3 months of flag. And now it's all year. Actually, my bad, forget that. The summer. And why is this important? Okay. Most of y'all probably, I love the Summer Olympics. I got into swimming because of Michael Phelps. I love excellence. I love dominance. I don't watch everything about the Olympics. Matter of fact, the last Olympics I watched, what was it, 20? Yeah, it was 21 when I almost died. I was in the fucking hotel. The hospital sucks. And it sucked because track hadn't started yet. Once track get like Olympic track is phenomenal. But you know what's more phenomenal than Olympic track is the season leading up to that year. That's when everybody starts to like compete, and they're peaking going up to Oregon for the trials. Imagine the NFL flag season in an Olympic year, because it's going to be in the next Olympics. So now you're watching this season, the storylines, this guy, the best player got snubbed. And now he's going on and killing people. or even after that. So like Walter Dix, he didn't get snubbed. He finished, he got the bronze in the Olympics. And then that next year, he made $1 million in a month. Just crushing the European tour. So all I'm saying is like the NFL is going to find a way to make it sexy.
Especially what happened when pro guys got beat by the flag guys, you
Man,
know.
and it's like, and it just, but like now it's going to make people pick a side.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. And then imagine if it gets popular, kids who don't make it to the NFL, to the D1.
But the problem is, the problem comes in the fact that none of them motherfuckers who beat the pros were real college guys.
Right.
So now you're going to have the guys that play flag. I've played flag. When I got done, like I tried. My homeboy Mark convinced me to go play in a league at the beach. And I said, man, I'm not doing this shit. Like we went up and down I said, it's the full field. Whew. Like, so now at least they do, it's a 40-yard field now or whatever. But like, you want me to do what? Like, I'm not doing it. Oh yeah. But like, I'm not doing it. In my mind, I don't want to be a part of it. Like, I'm not training myself. Like, look, we're gonna play like next year. We're gonna go down to Jaguars. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with any of those. Like, that has nothing to do with me wanting my sons to play. I just want to go ahead. That's it. But like, I'm not gonna grow up and say, yes, my baby is going to play flag football. Nah, we cool. We'll do some other shit. But all right, my bad, Jaden. I want to say the battle. What battle? I got a battle Mandarin shirt. We got battle sweatshirts. Mandarin sweatshirts. The hell is a battle Mandarin sweatshirt at? And the battle Mandarin polo. I ain't getting none of this stuff. I gotta tell Toby to tripping, dog.
So we're now at BS or bussin', and this isn't what you guys think it is. It is not fried chicken, but it's a dessert. The Yankees will have a mini dessert chicken bucket at home games this year, but it's not actually chicken. It's drumstick-shaped ice cream with a chocolate-covered cookie bone in the middle, a coating of white chocolate, and candied cornflakes served in a souvenir mini chicken bucket. Is this BS or is this chicken dessert bussin'?
Candied corn, not candy corn flakes. Like, so like corn flakes that are like basically frosted flakes is what it is. So I saw this is fat, and she's fat. I'm not saying that as like she's like, it's a descriptor. Like the girl is fat. She's a content creator, and she saw something like this. Like it's like they have like ice cream that looks like food. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Why? Yeah, like I just don't. I don't like white chocolate. It's too sweet. But I was excited because I thought it was just because I don't know about you guys, but it used to offend me, but it doesn't offend me anymore. Because I personally think you're a communist if you don't like fried chicken and watermelon. I believe you're like it's something wrong with you. Like I get excited when I see fried chicken. It's like the was it the David Chappelle skit? Like a good piece of like when I hear fried chicken, I'm like, man, hell yeah. Fried chicken, because I'm one of those guys that can eat the same thing all the time. Fried chicken, collard, like if I go to the Soul Food Bistro, I'm getting fried chicken, yams, mac and cheese, and collards. If they don't have collards, I'll take some cabbage. But and some cornbread. I'm dipping the cornbread in the candy yams. And if I go to Popeyes, one of my favorite things, and like I heard like when I saw the Asian dude do it, it was an Asian influencer, and it bothered me. And they put the grapes. I've been out nigga, and I swear that I'll never be out nigga again. When he took the skin off of the Popeyes chicken and took a scoop of the red beans and rice and placed it in there and like did like a wrap, I had never thought about that. Like I had never thought, you know what, I'm gonna do boom, 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 and then bam, bam, bam is gonna happen for me. And I'm like, yo, I love it. It's just great. It just shows like why black people like this again. I'll never understand a racist. The reason why is all the food that we love in America was scraps. And the slaves had to make it delicious so that we could eat it. And now people want to eat it. But you mad. And you say, oh, they're lazy, they're this, they're that. Man, lazy, you know how hard it is to prepare something? Lazy is not what these women used to do with Sunday dinner. It's a whole process. It's a whole day worth of work. Like if you Miles has seen it, I like watching things. Like I know I only got like 5 more years of Thanksgivings left. Like I just like sometimes I just sit in a chair, like especially when I wasn't coaching and I could go down there early and I could watch my aunt and them like prepare Thanksgiving like on the night before in the kitchen. Sometimes I just sit and watch. Them women is getting active. It's delicious, but like I just can't. As a man who look like it's two things because this is almost making me as angry as when I seen the vegan fried chicken. Like when they actually took like a vegan bone or something like that, and then they wrapped a little plastic thing or whatever it is, and then like it just bothered me. Like, why would you try to trick me? Like, what have I done to you that you would do this to me? Like, what has fried chicken done to you to make you want to like cause harm to people? Because I'm thinking I'm gonna have something savory. Yeah, and then the sweetness of white chocolate, like the A1C just immediately goes through the roof. I like breast. Yeah. But I would probably, if I were doing this, you would have to give me dark meat. So you had to give me some milk chocolate. I don't want white chocolate. I don't need that. But yeah, man, like now I will take like when they try to make the fake chicken breast, like they use like the mushrooms and stuff like that. I fuck that up. That looks good sometimes. But like just this right here, nah. This is why this was one of them damn liberals fucking up life. Like that's why nobody wants to go to New York and they want to all move to Florida where we fry chicken the right way, the way that God intended it, the colored way. Out. This dude lost it all, man. Yeah, the community is coming after him. I'm with it. That's what his family is saying.
It did sound like.
It's kind of like when people are going through it, like the dementia people, they never forget to not be racist. They always remember the hatred of black people. But like, you know, just like I but yeah, that's wild. So we did that was BS a Buster, so I guess we got the OG stuff. Maybe, no, I think he was putting maybe he found looked like he did the Chicago Bulls thing. Oh no, that was it. That was
Yeah, it's Tiger Woods.
okay. I don't like this. I already don't like the direction that this is going. I don't. Because, like, why are we, like, I don't think he needs help.
Tiger needs a driver.
He needs to drive. Like, they're doing everything but solving the fucking problem.
Right. And, oh, okay.
I know and understand the seriousness of the situation I find myself in. I am stepping away for a period of time to seek treatment and focus on my health. This is necessary in order for me to prioritize my well-being and work toward a lasting recovery. I'm committed to taking the time needed to return in a healthier, stronger, and more focused place, both personally and professionally. I appreciate your understanding and support and ask for privacy for my family, loved ones, and myself at this time. For shizzle. Tiger. Tiger likes to pop pills. We've known this for quite some time. Tiger is a guy who is a slave to his own success. He cannot do the things that normal people do. And he's never been normal for most of his life. The normalcy that he seeks comes in driving and doing things like, again, remember why he got in trouble the first time. The man was banging Perkins waitresses. He's fucking Tiger Woods. Why would he eat at Perkins like a normal person? But like, he doesn't hire a driver because he's afraid of privacy issues. You need to have a homeboy that realizes that his job is to be Tiger Woods' homeboy.
Right.
But I don't think he has a problem. He has a problem with driving and taking pills. The pills didn't do it. Like, he clearly is when people go to, man, I don't want to, he doesn't want the show. I'm just telling. One of my old associates, he was like a friend for a while. I haven't heard from him in years. Was a phenomenal when I talk about phenomenal, bro, like phenomenal cook. You probably don't remember the meals that I used to have, Miles. Just like he came up before, like now everybody has those prepackaged meals, right? One of the first ones to do it. And it was like in a little vacuum sealed bag. You heat them up, and then when you cut it, it didn't look like much. But when I put it on the plate, you know, it always filled the plate. And somehow, I like when my food is separated. It like the chicken will come here, the greens will go there, and then the carbs will go another place. And he but he had an issue beforehand with alcoholism and drugs. He went and got cured. The cure is finding something else to become addicted to. Like they all like, so that's fine, but then they become too much. His was fucking.
Oh, sorry.
He became a sex addict. Lost his wife.
Damn.
Like, you know, but he was a good father and all these other things. Was in some precarious situations. Actually dated a chick who was on Dangerous Catch. And they was doing wild shit. But did he actually, you're not curing something, you're just moving it from one place to another. You still have an addictive personality. You know who some of the, like, this is why I don't believe, this is why I said the stuff I said about CTE. These people have addictive personalities, but it's typically in the sport. It's what drives you. And so when you don't have that driver anymore, you go and you seek to find other things that get you that thrill or that high. His thing was, this man likes, he loves pills, and he loves, it's like, what is that 2 Chainz song? I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. And that's his issue. But is that an issue? He's a billionaire. He's very functioning. Get him a driver and get him a woman that understands that, get him an Old Testament style woman, and he'll be fine.
I'm sure the pills are good.
Man, maybe not. Don't know. It's not my problem. I don't need a statement for it, though. It's not effective. Here's what the reality is. Him behind the wheel affects the world.
Right.
Him popping pills, not behind the wheel, doesn't affect my world at all.
Right.
That doesn't affect my income, doesn't affect my relationships, doesn't affect me personally anyway. And to be honest with you, what I tell women all the time, and men, we typically look at women as the bad bitches, right? And I don't mean that in a derogatory word. What I mean that is, we put you on a pedestal, we put you as the prize, without realizing that the athletes and entertainers are the bad bitches of the male world. If you have a popular person and they're busy and they're always around and stuff, man, don't fuck up your happiness. Something might not be happening. It's probably not happening, but don't look for it to be happening. Enjoy the process. Sometimes it's either 2 things are happening. They are getting it. It might be a quick little get, but it ain't a lot of getting. It's just a little quick little get. Or they're so damn busy that they're going to sleep. They're so tired. And what Tiger's problem is that he's so damn busy, he's typically popping the pills that's supposed to give you the energy. But that's how worn down he is, that the pills don't give him, like, he crashes.
I think Tiger needs a NASCAR thing like.
And he does. Like, look at it, gives him the thrill. And the problem is you family values people robbed us of a great golfer, of the greatest golfer of all time. Y'all took the side of the immigrant. Like, I don't want to hear this shit from conservatives. You took the side of the damn immigrant that assaulted this man, and you robbed us from some of the greatest years of golf that we could have probably had. He tried to stop cursing. He tried to do all of the things that you people said. He used respectability politics, and look where this got us. We lost a great golfer. And golf has never been the same. The closest thing we have is Bryson DeChambeau, and he's nothing like Tiger. Damn it. Y'all were treating this man like Michael Jordan's son didn't make this statement, and he got caught in a wreck by a train track with a white bitch and cocaine. Yeah. But he didn't make no statement. He just went about his life and nobody even really talks about it. He didn't give us Tiger Woods Golf, the video game. How many of you guys, you ain't playing Bryson DeChambeau video game? Tiger Woods was so epic that he made regular random hood dudes want to do golf shit. Right. And we got robbed of it. Because we want to judge him for taking pills in a little joyride where nobody got hurt but himself.
You lost me a little on that one, but I get it.
You're not. You're You'll never make me not like. You'll never get me the disrespect and not like Eldrick Woods. Can't wait to party with Eldrick. That's his name.
It took me a while.
He lost himself. And then again, like a lot of this stuff, he lost himself when he lost his dad. Again, this is why, again, was Joe Jackson a bad father?
Yeah.
Or was he one of the greatest fathers of all time? Would we have Michael Jackson without Joe Jackson's heavy hand of discipline? Would Tiger Woods be who Tiger Woods without Eldrick?
Rather, Michael Jackson.
He didn't do it. We know the real pedophiles. Michael Jackson ain't touching them boys. He was just a weirdo. Now, yeah, it's not illegal to be a weirdo. But Michael, man, you know what? The craziest thing is like when you actually, my bad, I know this is random, off track. When we actually go down the Michael Jackson rabbit hole, Michael Jackson, believe it or not, was a sex symbol. And I just wouldn't know because like all I knew about was white Michael Jackson for the most part. And they tried to make us seem like he was just banging Macaulay Culkin and a couple of the kids. But like, you know, this guy, Michael Jackson's problem is he had too good of a heart. He took a Make-A-Wish kid and like, what was the comedian said? This kid didn't know Thriller. And his wish was to be with Michael Jackson. And then he didn't die. He got stronger every day. Michael Jackson had Diana Ross. Michael Jackson had that Spanish chick moist. The whole stage was wet. She melted. Puerto Rican Grammy Award winner. Michael Jackson was dressed like Captain Crunch, floating through crowds. And they want us to believe that he was the weirdo. We got a whole Epstein list with people who actually doing shit. Like, we got him. And like, I don't believe that. We ain't got no proof of Michael playing with little boys.
That's true.
But we got proof of people playing with little boys, and we don't want to arrest them. And they didn't make Thriller or Smooth Criminal. Michael Jackson got the coldest diss track of all time. When you find out his songs was real, Billie Jean was his life, dog. The girl really tried to put a whole baby on Mike. He said, that's not my lover.
That's why the song was so popular.
Yeah. She dreamt that I was the one, but that kid is not my son. And he was walking and the streets was in the sidewalk was glowing. You know how cold I believe that really happened in his life. Not just that the kid wasn't his son, that after he said all of that he just started walking and the sidewalk started glowing every time he took a step. This man had monkeys behaving. That means even the wild respected Michael Jackson's aura. Anyway, my bad. Do we want to talk about the crazy ass motherfucker in the NBA? It's like a bottom line. Hey man, here's my thing. Before we get into that, we'll end the show. Guys, I find out more gay shit from heterosexual people than I do from gay people. Now, I want y'all to realize this. I have a gay guy brother. I love Jarrell. Jarrell is fruitier than all of the pebbles. He is a coach for FSU's cheer squad. He was a cheerleader at Florida State. When I played at Florida State, he has tasted his words since I can remember. I don't find out half the gay shit that y'all be finding out. Did you know yesterday was like the Trans Day of Visibility or some shit like that?
Making up shit.
And people are angry with made up holidays. There's a million made up holidays. You don't have to, here's news, you don't have to celebrate it.
Hey.
You don't have to even acknowledge it that it's the Trans Day of Visibility.
The day before that was probably Donut Day.
It might have been like there's fried. Now, when I saw Fried Chicken Awareness Day, I participated. Like, you don't once you realize the world is not designed for you, You don't have to worry about it. But NBA play, but what I'm tired of, people, there's no such thing as cancel culture. You could get fired. That doesn't mean you're canceled. My man average, like Jaden for the Chicago Bulls got fired because he had some statements about his religious piece and about the gays. And in a statement, in a stance of, I didn't know who the fuck this Jaden guy was. That's my point. People are saying he got cut because he made a statement. No, he got cut because he's not any good at basketball. He's easily replaceable. What he found out, it was at Fafa. You fuck around to find out.
Right. What do y'all think this is? The man not only don't have to be religious. He called out Steph Curry. He called out Catholicism in general.
His mom is the basketball coach at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Like, you know who should be mad? Her. You know what she got called in? She gets called in the principal's office because of her son. See, this is where parenting has gone wrong, where soft parenting has come in. You got called into the office. Like, my mama would have been like, hey, man, I had to go work with why these people done called me in here for something that you done did? That's what they call these people. Like, I don't have to, they mad at you for that. Like, you average less than 8 points a game. And then you also are annoying. You're asking reporters about their religious faith, and are they walking? You going around? You know the quickest way to make your teammates not want to be around you? Question who they fucking. Hey man, this dude Jaden weird, coach. Man, get that. I know, like, again, like he, go. That means you felt the Lord was telling you to go be a preacher. So go forth and spread the gospel.
He just reeks of a jail Christian, like someone who just picked up the book.
Yeah. You know who? You know why I know his bullshit? Was it Jonathan Isaac? Was that the guy from Florida State? Hated Black Lives Matter. Was anti-woke. Was the black guy, good black. He didn't get cut. You know why? I think he was averaging 20 points a game. That's why he didn't get cut. Real easy. If he was he's on the bull. Guy Luke said he was a very important part of the Pistons the last few years, but he's got cut by the Bulls, so he's not with the Pistons anymore. And again, at 8 points a game career, you are not a very important part of the team. You are a part of the team. The statistics state that you were not a part. But I'll say this. You don't get to make everybody uncomfortable because you're a Christian. That's not being persecuted. That means you threw a stone and hid your hand. Because if I was minding my own business and I walked into my locker room and all of a sudden you came in, it's like this. You threw a punch and got hit. You threw a punch and got hit and then said that they were persecuting you. No, that's not how it works. Persecution means you got attacked for living. You got attacked for your beliefs. You attacked other people's beliefs and then got attacked. Happens. But what it sounds like, though, is the guy who I was talking about, Bishop Eddie Long. I'm going to promise you this. Like, what's going to happen? It's just like our Department of Homeland Security. Like, her husband. Did you see or hear about that? Her husband was a cross-dresser? It's crazy, man. That lady having a tough month. Got fired. Husband is a cross-dresser. Got outed by a damn illegal immigrant. Like, it's like, we hate illegals. We hate this. And then you get your whole world comes crashing down because of what you hate. I'm sorry. The irony is funny to me. I'm not trying to be political. It's just the irony is funny to me. If you want to be a Christian, man, be a Christian. I know a lot of great Christians. I know a lot of bad ones, but like, be that. But I find out the more people who come at gay people, I just believe you're Eddie Long. I believe you're like Bishop Eddie Long. For those who don't know who Bishop Eddie Long was, he was a preacher who went on a crusade every Sunday about homosexuality for us to find out that he was a homosexual pedophile. Mind your business, man. And stop giving people free advertising and marketing that you don't like. Because again, I would not know about any of this shit if people didn't talk about it. If the straights didn't talk about it. As I've said on this show all the time, sucking a dick is a conscious decision. You did not watch a TV show. Man, funny thing about the Righteous Gemstones, Mouse. I have finished the first season. I have seen more white penises than just more penis in general than the entirety of Oz. And that was a prison show where rape happened. Like they just pop up. Like I was talking about the micro one, it doesn't even make sense. It just pops up, and that's a movie that and it reminds it's a parody of evangelical church, and I just think again, like, is it a sin? Yeah, but they talk about a lot of other things way more than they talk about that. And to be honest with you, if you really was strong on your convictions and your morals, basketball gets paid, but for gambling, sin, alcoholism, sin, tons of debauchery, you are paid by people who are the very thing that you're supposed to be standing against. It's cool to take the bread. I ain't that Christian. I'm gonna take this money though. Let me get this bread though. And then I'm gonna come over here and say, like, nah, but again, to each his own, man. I don't, but again, like, holler at me when LeBron gets fired before. Hell, again, Kyrie Irving didn't get canceled, and he went up against the group that you're supposed to not go up against.
Right.
You know why Kyrie Irving didn't get canceled? Because he's got handles. Like, if you're good, you will find a team. If he's good, he'll find another team. But they're gonna ask, is the juice worth the squeeze? They again try my boy Luke put they tried. The definition of tried means they attempted, but it failed. And why did they fail? Because he's fucking good. And I'd argue that he lost his Nike deal because his shoes don't sell. When's the last time any of you guys said, man, I'm about to wear these fly ass Kyrie Irvings? Like, and I think he got another deal. Kobe Bryant was so good that Kobe lost his Adidas deal. But he lost his Adidas deal because the group bent the truth and told a lie. But he's good. Got it back. Just saying, man, like a lot of this stuff is just not as deep as what people think. But like if you feel like, but the one thing about this protest without consequences is a temper tantrum. So if he felt the need to do this, but like it's a lot of his life ain't holding up. Like, did the gays make his wife willing to leave him? No. Wife just sees he's crazy. Mom, if your mom, like one thing about a black mama, if a black mama starts, that means you might not have been good. But anyways, man, on that note, we'll just briefly touch on that one because that shit is just hilarious to me. Like how gas is $3, excuse me, gas is $4.35, and y'all want me to feel sorry for a millionaire that averages less than 8 points because he couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut about something that he didn't have to have an opinion on.
Yeah, didn't he?
Like nobody asked him. It was Monday. It was Sunday. It was Sunday. Like gays are bad. Like, excuse me, sir. This is Starbucks. Why are you saying this? On that note, man, good hump day Wednesday, man. Appreciate everybody for coming here, hanging out with us. We will be streaming a game tonight. The girls on softball. And outside of that, anything else, Jaden? Okay. Outside of that, my bad. Outside of that, appreciate everybody for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys next time.